Honor. And finally,
cheer up, young lady. There is no...
all farewells in this world.
No, young lady. As a warrior, I have witnessed too many bitter deaths.
Although only a sliver of your soul remains, you remain...
To be honest, I don't know either. But I am certain of one thing. I am just enjoying what remains of my life.
Enjoying?
Indeed. Along this journey that we've taken together, and now I have reached the journey's end. When I look back and see the grand...
But when you depart the mortal realm, separation and death are two sides of the same coin. Reconcile...
Finally, let me recount to you a story of mine, young. The first time I returned from the battlefield, the calamity had devoured everybody on the battlefield but me. When I returned to the city alone, it was late into the night by the time the banquet ended. My head still reeling, I returned alone to the barracks. It was a crazed scholar looking at the night sky and muttering to himself by the side of the road. Although I tripped over him and fell. Do you think that it'd be better if we just died on the roadside like a couple of stray dogs? To my surprise, he shrugged his shoulders and sighed.
How does someone who is currently experiencing death, dying and living, afford the same amount of bliss? Now please go away and don't block my starlight.
Are you trying to say that there is no difference between living and dying? For they are both journeys that lead toward death?
That's exactly what life is, and death is, but a scale to measure how valuable the journey was. Journeys and epics are only glorious. Therefore, young lady, don't detest your fate. Instead,
the embodiment of strife telling me about the majesty of the world.
Indeed. I believe that when the fated moment, it is time for me to knock on death's door. I will set up a long table at the end of the road. When that moment finally comes,
I knew this day would eventually come.
Are the both of...
Elixia. I'm here. What? This...
This is quite interesting.
Is this... Elixia's sister? Is it... me?
Now, it's time for us to fulfill our promises. Are you afraid? What are you afraid of?
That...
You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again from the remains, and be reborn with the dead flame. As foretold in the prophecy, and according to our vows, once it all ends, we must face our fated moment head-on.
Even if it was prophesized, do we have no say in the matter? It's so unfair. Let me do it, sister. Let me be death sacrifice. I was never long for this world anyway. I was the one who wasted your life after all.
You're wrong. I don't think that my life was wasted. Just the opposite. When I finally arrived at this destination, it was you who sowed the seeds for this sea of flowers. One that is more beautiful than the... Besides, I have lived a fulfilling life. Even though I was fated for sacrifice, none of the things that I've experienced will dissipate.
How could my memories of you ever compare to the actual you?
Well then, tell me, what exactly are we? I don't know either. But regardless of what the answer is, regardless of how, ever since we were born, the fact that we existed was predestined, and nothing could erase it. This is... We're twins, after all. All right, my dear Polixia. It's time to extract my heart and light. After that, use it to plant the first bud in the prophesied new world.
If I imparted my knowledge of the art, would you use it to resurrect someone you love?
Death is inevitable. And if such a mighty power really existed, even now, this is why, sister, in the prophesied new world, I shall plant the... Go now. Return to the ocean god's treasured pearl, our hometown. I shall open wide the entrance to the nether realm and grant you a second life. Remember, do not look back on the land of the dead. And do not stop. Ask for the price of our equivalent exchange.
Everybody, we've come to the end. Unfortunately, I am not compatible with the Supreme Being, so I was unable. I'm certain of this now. Before the Titans that we are well acquainted with were born, just like the flame chase journey of today. Emphoria.
What a startling revelation.
I believe that this is the truth behind the Era Nova, as mentioned in the prophecy.
This is utterly unbelievable. Besides, those twins in the past, even if they really are...
Are their whereabouts truly unknown? Didn't Polixia mention that seaside town? In our world, there exists a city which perfectly matches that description.
But the people there worship Vagusa and bear no relation to Thanatos. I have also never been to that place, as in the time of Idonia.
Take this.
This is...
The Nuspor's masterpiece, the Philosopher's Stone. Remember? I've mentioned before that the art of alchemy is all about conversion, tempering. Think about the story of the dragon. This stone will lead you to your real hometown, allowing you to reform the door to the nether realm and discover...
You still look as confident in your victory as ever.
Simple. I shall merely admit to the entire world that However, my line of thinking will not fail, because I have already planted the seed. Actions speak louder than words, Castoris. With the assembly of...
I've already searched for so long. I'm willing to try one more time, but before I leave, I have another question. What
That was the world imprinted in Kefali's soul. If we are to prove its existence, you must take the final step. Go.
I understand.
Hey, child of humanity.
Don't get antsy. I still remember the question you posed. As a scholar, I do not wish to offer up ambiguous conclusions.
I merely wanted to ask, if so, rebirth is...
Why not? When I was a child, I lost someone dear to me. When I was a teenager, I lost my faith. Now I'm merely forsaking my body. What?
Why are you always finding ways to die?
This is but a necessary sacrifice.
Can someone who's dead even claim to be the purest of them all? Furthermore, if you're...
No, it's just the opposite. If my hypothesis is correct, it means that I can actually ascend to godhood and reshape this.
That's...
Lady Aglaya, please, let me explain. You know that the core flame of death has always been the greatest unknown regarding the Era Nova, which is why both Professor Anaxa has come to a consensus with Kindness. They want to suspend the trial once Thanatos' core flame is reclaimed, hoping thus to eradicate... But I know this runs counter to your wishes. So long as we do not usher in Era Nova, the Black Tide will never be... Honestly, it's difficult for me to assess the pros and cons in this decision. But someone must bring the Titan could be very near. I cannot let this chance slip by. Besides, someone has to make this...
Well said. You already had every reason to seek an audience with Thanatos. It's that great performer who has a world without death. Do you...
If fate dictates that my path must oppose yours, I will do all I can to resist it and protect... Lord Mighty showed me that without taking the first step, all talk of what follows is moot.
I have always hoped to hear you speak your mind, Cass. And I am Styxia. I visited that place in the past. Though it is now an island surrounded by the river of Soul's torrents, it's not hard to see its former splendor. Go. I will not stand in your way. As for you, you are someone who has cheated death. I believe you have more than enough reason to make the trip with Casterus and meet the Casterus. I too look forward to your journey.
Thank you, Lady...
I hate to put a damper on this. If Styxia is now an island surrounded by the river of Soul's torrents...
The answer is quite simple. In the Mids, Zagreus once made the domain of the dead their treasure vault. That is to say, and if they could do that, then it follows that the demigod... I'll see you at Memorial Palace at Action Hour tomorrow. Cypher shall...
Hey, friend! Is the debate finally over? Did you win? What a glorious defeat. You sure know how to look on the bright side. Well, moving on. I was hard at work even while you were at the I borrowed a mountain of books from Cass to see if I could find a way to solve your problem. Only 32 books to go. Really? Oh, that's fantastic news. I knew it. Hard work always pays off. Especially if you're as diligent as ma'am. I feel like a huge burden has finally been lifted. Why am I... Then I'll go. Cass? Lady Treeby. Is something troubling you? I just wanted, no matter how breathtakingly beautiful Styxia once was, the place that I... Is that a fig... In the past, when... Lady Treeby, you know perfectly well that I hope your toughness is not a mask hiding a lonely... Cass, you hardly ever talked of your past. None of us knows what you went through, apart from Maggie. But we know it. We are just happy for you, that the core flame you're meant... Isn't it a little too soon to say that? But you already know where tomorrow is, don't you? There's no need to rely on anyone else. Just give it your all, and because we embrace others to comfort them. And Cass, you're the kind... Thank you, lady. This feeling... It's hard to put into words. Then go do it, Cass. Trian was actually working on a surprise gift for you. It's a pity she didn't. So, let's meet back here when you return from Styxia. It's me. I hope I didn't wake you. I'm glad to see you're as full of life as ever. I'm here because of private matters, actually. If it isn't too much to ask, I'd really like it if you could come along with me to retrieve some. Aren't you going to ask me what it is? It isn't a long way from here. Shall we?
I'd love to. Have you heard? Seems like all the rooms are full.
Faith can dispel the black tide.
The streets are packed.
I want to vote! Tell me how I can...
Take your ceramic shard, engraved with the Kethali rune, select the Council of Elders in your heart, and pray...
The Council of Elders? More like the Council of Buffoons! The black tide took my hometown long ago! Were they kidding?
The Titans are just. So long as we do not overstep our bounds again.
Oh, please. The time when these deranged Titans should have been...
And I pray that Talantan smacks some sense into you with their scales. We shall see how...
That was... You're interested in that? To this day, I still find it almost unreal that Akama is the only place illuminated by light amidst the... This peaceful sight is making me forget that this is the end. Before coming here, I had lived for many years in Idonia, a city of rime and frost. The people there were devoted traditions that... Yes, but back in those days, I was trudging across the frosty plains on my own when the Idonians found me. They saw the curse in me as a blessing from Thanatos. They provided I was expected to grant merciful deaths to war captives, prisoners bound for execution, and heroes alike. Yes, no matter how kind or cruel the means, nothing can change the essence of death. Taking away someone's life is never worthy of...
I know that feeling, but you must respect those walking towards death.
What you're asking me to do is no better than the task of an executioner. No matter the titles, I am still taking away human lives.
This won't be the first time that Edonia's fanatical nether warriors have faced death. Death is the mightiest and gravest power.
That's such...
Then let me tell you, in Idonia, the great swords commonly used by the sword has 3 air holes along its body. If the sword is swung down swiftly and accurately, but should the executioner have any hesitation, the holes would produce. Every executioner after Dracon is to hone their sword skills every day in preparation of future executions. Pain for the dying.
No. I can...
You misunderstand, child. I'm asking you to consider the source of the dead's suffering and use that knowledge to fortify. Go, walk with the dead and love.
Please, don't kill me.
This is your duty. Remember.
Thank you.
If you cannot learn to accept death, then Idonia has... This is your last chance.
No! Please! No!
May you gain some insights through him.
Is this all?
No. Come with me. This is just the beginning of your life.
You executioner!
Do it then, executioner.
You...
I curse you.
Why?
To
Let me go! Embrace a new life.
That's all you got?
Why? Wait. When will this ever end?
You murderer!
Come.
What are you trying to do with me?
I have aged. The time, the final resting place.
You're not that old yet. You
No. I'm all I have come to fear. Ah, Castoris.
I can't take this anymore!
Child, it was I who brought you here. From the frosty plains and set your foot. I've always known that you have doubts. And
I never had it.
Indeed. Yet you can end any sinful life with just a touch of your fingers.
I'll never. It doesn't matter how lightly the Idonians take death, or how readily they accept it.
I've taught you and cared for you as my own daughter all this time. In the eyes of an Idonian, death is the end of all life. You can only live your life, and when you do, even if you eventually leave Idonia's
No!
Come now. Show me that you are a fitting holy maiden. Come now.
Be careful.
It's time. I've already taught you all that I know. Show me that you...
Nice, like my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Life is not so fragile. Return to dust! May death protect us! This was the last time I followed her command. The executioner, who had seen too much death, died the same way as everyone else. Elder Amunet, the person who tried to teach me about death, ultimately vanished like dew in the morning mist. I have nothing but respect for. I erected a cenotaph in her honor in the marshes outside Idonia's city walls with the others I had laid to rest. It was a long, long journey. I heard so many discussions about death. It seems the most terrible darkness in this world. Everyone talks about its heavy weight. Some resist it. How did a disappeared titan become the deepest fear, and why do they haunt my dreams? I continued my travels to seek an answer. Initially, I was running away. Then, I just want to know if my touch, if my embrace, can I make anything?
I don't want to die. Please, I fucking you, just let me go. I don't want to die, please. I don't want mercy like this. Just let me go. I need it. I don't...
I hate these icy hands.
Get it over with. End its suffering. The Reaper has blessed your hands. Only you can grant them peace. Embrace death. Walk alongside it.
Is that you, Castorus? All of them have gone, heeding death's summon, crossing into their domain. I must go too. I don't fear it, just I have some regrets. Watching people leave this world again and again, it must be lonely for you. You must want to desperately embrace them before they go.
I can't. These hands, they're too cold.
But Big Sister Castorus, your hands are so warm. Just like anyone else's. So go on. Don't hold back.
Give me a warm hug.
Can hands like these really be warm?
On the day that Oryx's trial ended, you must have had many questions. I felt just as confused. Why, as someone from beyond the sky, were you so cruelly dragged into it? I wished I could take action, but no matter how hard I try, I cannot simply interact with the lift, even when we brushed against each other unintentionally in the grove. And it was obvious that nothing had happened. When an almost unattainable hope finally welled up, when I thought that perhaps my touch would no longer bring sorrow, fate declared to me, it wasn't that your soul no longer belonged to this world. And did I really think this time would be any different? It's not having walked such a long road. I am still unable to find the answer to life. Anything I wish to hold on to. Death will inevitably wrest from my grasp. From that moment on, I lacked the courage to confirm it again. Until... But now, perhaps I might have one last... Long ago, Trinan read a prophecy to me. At the end of the Sea of Flowers, the souls... I found no surprise in it. For her words sounded not like a fort. Embraces in this world are born of reunions. Yet, my touch speaks only of farewells. In that moment, and yet, things have taken a turn for the better. Now I have no reason not to, for your sake, and for... With that, I won't have any regret. Let's put that aside for the moment. We've arrived. I want to retrieve a small gift I specially prepared for you. I made it myself, like the trinket I gave Lady Trian. The journey to seek an audience with the Death Titan cannot be an easy one. I want to... No, it isn't. You'll now... Look, it's right there. Huh? Where did it go? What's going on? I am not some corrupt... What's this? The coin of Zagreus. So... No doubt about it. This is her favorite. It's a Lady Cypher, the demigod of Zagreus whom Lady Aglaia had spoken of. She's a master thief. So many years have passed. Let's just do as the slate says and look for Lady Cypher. Look, it's right there.